Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're unpacking a source that, well, it tells a really heartwarming story, an enduring love story, actually, from Nepal. And it feels, it's more than just romance. It's almost like a modern folktale, isn't it?
It really does. And it comes from a source dated 2070 BS.
Right, 2070 BS.
Yeah.
Which, for most of us listening,
Yeah, that translates to roughly 2013, maybe early 2014 AD. So not ancient history, but written with this timeless feel.
okay.
And our deep dive today, it's really about tracing the journey of two people, Manisha and Naveen.
Manisha and Nawin.
Yeah, from, how they first met right through to their love becoming this local legend almost.
Wow.
We'll look at the cultural backdrop, the personal stuff, really how connections like this are forged, and importantly, how they're sustained.
Okay, so let's dive in. Chapter 1, you could say? Where does it begin?
It takes us right back to that year, 2070 BS.
Okay.
The place is Kalatar Village. It's in Ramachap, Nepal.
Ramachak, got it.
And the scene is, well, it's buzzing. There's a big cultural program happening, celebrating local heritage.
Sounds lovely, a real community focus.
Exactly. And into this vibrant setting walk our two main figures.
Right. Manisha and Nawin, tell us about them.
So Manisha, she's described as a bright college student. She's actually visiting from Kalanki in Kathmandu, just there as a guest.
Okay, a visitor.
And Naveen.
Naveen's there professionally. He's a
Yeah.
photographer, talented, the source says, hired to capture the event, the moments.
So the setup is perfect for them to cross paths. A guest enjoying the culture and the photographer capturing it.
Precisely. And their first encounter, the source makes it sound quite cinematic.
Oh, how so?
Well, Manisha's performing, apparently full of energy, this bright smile.
Yeah, okay.
And Naveen's lens, his camera, it just finds her. It's drawn to her. Then there's this moment. Their eyes meet across the crowd.
Across the event.
Yeah. And for Nawin, the source says it's instant, this attraction.
Wow. And Manisha, did she notice him? She did. She notices the photographer, yeah. Sees his kind face, a warm smile.
So there's a spark, maybe, from both sides. Or at least an awareness.
An awareness, definitely. That initial, almost faded kind of meeting, the source really emphasizes that magnetic pull you sometimes get.
That's fascinating. But, a shared glance is one thing. How did they actually start talking? Did he just approach her?
He did. It was actually quite straightforward and natural.
Okay.
After the event finished, Naveen just walked over, approached Manisha.
Bold move.
Yeah.
And maybe not if he's the photographer.
Well, he politely asked her permission, could he take her photograph?
Using his role as an opener. Smart.
Exactly. And that simple, respectful question, it just opened the door. That was the start of their first real conversation.
It shows how sometimes the smallest gestures can lead to big things, doesn't it?
Absolutely. A little bit of courtesy.
So they start talking. What did they find out about each other? Was it instant chemistry or did it take time?
It seems like they clicked pretty quickly. The source suggests they didn't just stick to small talk.
Oh.
No, they quite rapidly discovered shared interests and, more importantly, shared values.
Right, like what kind of things?
Well, Manisha talked about her desire to learn, her, real love for Nepali culture, her dreams for the future.
Okay.
And Naveen, he shared his creativity, his passion for his art,
Yeah.
photography, and his unique way of seeing the world, I suppose, through the lens.
So deeper stuff quite early on.
Yeah, it seems that way. They were building a real connection, not just, passing the time.
And this connection obviously grew. The source talks about them spending more time together after that first meeting.
Oh, definitely. In the weeks that followed, they met up often.
Doing what? Just hanging out in the village?
Exploring, actually. The source mentions the breathtaking landscapes around Ramachap.
Right, it's supposed to be stunning there.
Exactly. So Naveen would photograph Manisha, and she was, happy to pose, comfortable with him.
It says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Feeling comfortable so quickly.
It does. And they'd hike hills, watch sunsets, just talk, share hopes, dreams, aspirations. It sounds quite idyllic, really.
It really does. Almost like a movie montage scene.
Yeah, kind of. And this wasn't just a brief fling. It deepened over months.
Months. So Nawin kept coming back to the village.
Frequent visits. Their conversations became more intimate, lots of laughter, sharing stories.
And there's a specific detail the source mentions about Manisha feeling safe with him.
Yes, that's quite poignant, I think. It says Manisha usually hesitated to be alone in the village.
Okay.
But with Naveen, she found comfort, security. She felt safe enough to really open up about her day, her friends, family.
And he listened.
Intently, the source says, clearly captivated. That points to a really strong foundation of trust being built, you know?
Absolutely. Trust is huge. And it wasn't one-sided, right? Nawin shared his world, too.
Completely reciprocal. He shared his own stories, his passions, his dreams.
Did he show her his photography work?
He did. He actually took her to his photo studio, which was in Mulafilla.
Oh, interesting. A different place.
Yeah. Showed her his equipment, his favorite shots, and importantly, the stories behind the pictures.
Ah, the context. That makes it personal.
Exactly. And Manisha was deeply impressed by his talent, sure, but also his dedication.
So you see this mutual admiration growing alongside the affection.
Definitely. And as they spent more time, the emotions intensified. The source gets quite descriptive here.
How so?
It talks about, hearts beating faster when they looked at each other, and they started touching hands. First maybe accidentally, then intentionally.
That little progression.
Yeah, a clear sign their love was blossoming. It wasn't rushed. It unfolded quite beautifully and gradually.
So this builds for about 3 months, is that right?
About that, yeah. 3 months after things really started blooming.
And Nawin decides to take the next step.
He does. He plans this romantic surprise, very thoughtful.
Okay, setting the scene.
He takes Manisha back to that same hill. You know, the one where they'd shared so many moments already watching the sunsets?
Oh, that's lovely. Full circle.
Yeah. And as the sun's going down over the Ramachap Hills, he kneels.
The way.
Yes. Holds out a small box, beautiful ring inside, and he asks Manisha to be his wife.
Wow. Okay, what does she do? What did she say? According to the source.
Her eyes just widen, total surprise.
Yeah.
And then, yes, a definite yes.
With tears. Please tell me they were happy tears.
Oh, yes, tears of joy, the source confirms, and then this tight embrace.
Oh, lovely.
A real sense that they felt their love was, strong enough for anything, ready to face the future together. A very powerful moment.
It sounds incredibly powerful and beautiful. So they get engaged. What of the wedding?
The wedding sounds just as beautiful. A stunning ceremony, apparently.
Set against those same hills.
Set against those same incredible Ramachap Hills, yeah. A fitting backdrop.
Who was there? Was it a big community affair?
It really sounds like a joining of communities. Manisha's family and friends came all the way from Kathmandu.
That's quite a trip.
It is. And Navin's family and friends from Mithila were there welcoming everyone warmly.
That's wonderful. A true gathering.
And what's really interesting, the source points this out specifically, is that the wedding itself was this blend, a mix of tradition and modernity.
Ah, reflecting both of them.
Exactly, reflecting their love and respect for each other's cultures. It wasn't just about them as individuals.
Right, it symbolized something bigger.
Yeah, a real coming together of different backgrounds, creating something new and shared. It really shows how common ground can be built, through curiosity and openness, not just found pre-existing.
It's a great point. So, after the wedding, life begins. Manisha moves to the village.
She does, settles into her new life there, surrounded by nature and, Navin's love.
And Nawin keeps up with his photography.
Oh, yes. Continues his work at the studio, but now his camera is also capturing their shared life. All those little moments.
So their personal story starts to embody these bigger themes, doesn't it?
Exactly. The source frames it that way. It becomes a story about purity, cultural exchange, the beauty of rural Nepal. It's more than just boy meets girl.
Right. Their life together becomes part of that tapestry.
Mm-hmm. And the years pass. Their love, according to the source, just deepens.
They build a life together.
Build a home, start a family, keep exploring the world together, always together.
And the camera is always there.
Always there. Nawin documenting their journey.
Yeah.
And Manisha's smile, the source says poetically, brightening the world around him.
It sounds like a truly fulfilled life together.
It does. And the final point the source makes is about the impact beyond just them.
How so?
Their love story, it didn't just stay private, it sort of evolved, became a local legend.
A legend, really?
Yeah, inspiring others in the community and maybe beyond to believe in that kind of true, enduring love, that connection.
Well, what a legacy from a chance meeting at a festival.
Quite remarkable, isn't it? It shows how powerful those seemingly small private moments can become.
So wrapping this up, thinking about the takeaway for you listening. This story of Manisha and Nawin, it's more than just a sweet anecdote.
Much more.
It really demonstrates how shared values, yes, but also genuine curiosity about differences, understanding cultures, simple affection, how these things build something incredibly strong.
Even across different backgrounds. Maybe especially across different backgrounds sometimes.
Yeah. It reminds us that strong bonds aren't just about finding what's already common, but about intentionally creating that common ground through respect.
Which leads to a really interesting thought, I think.
Go on.
Well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other profound connections like this might be happening all around us, just outside our usual view?
Right. In unexpected places, through simple interactions, maybe.
Exactly. What little legends are being created right now, maybe next door, just by people taking the time to truly see and appreciate each other.
That's a powerful thought to leave us with. That these extraordinary stories might be hidden in the ordinary connections all around us.
We just need to be open to seeing them.
A wonderful thought indeed. Thank you for joining us on